start with an introduction so that you guys understand where my inspiration came from. I have been living in this house for a few months, over a year. This definitely feels more like me, and it definitely represents more of where I'm at. I love living in the country. I hear animals on my drives. I always see the cows. I hear rooster early in the morning. It's usually up by 4:35 a.m. Hear the cows mooing. I love those sounds. Driving by, horse farms, and so that's where the inspiration came from. It's my surroundings and things that I've fallen in love with. So that inspires me, and the sunrises and sunsets here are beautiful. So grateful for this season of life. We all go through seasons where there's loss or a breakup or whatever, and I think sometimes we process things differently, and it could just be like your surrounding. And I've fallen in love with this place. I'm gonna bring that nature and that peace that I feel there in that moment in my room, so that I hopefully can get a little bit better rest, and also it just feels more like me. Enough talking, let's get to it. There's a lot of dust on these windows, so just get a quick. You see where it's like chipped? Eventually I want to get like a ledge seal, but that's where it chipped, and so we're just gonna do a nice even coat. Should have brought spirit with. Painted so far. Does that look better? I would say you do not need anything else. If you are cold, you see 600 thread count, 100% Pima cotton. A little bit cold, which is rare, so that's how I know it's time to switch it out. But Pima cotton is a really good quality cotton. This is a bit of an investment for the price point, but this is a comforter that's gonna last you a very long time. And like I said, the quality is top notch. Same with sheets, I tend to reach for Pima cotton or at least 100% cotton. So I started to take just a little bit of steam to it. I just wanted to see what it would look like. I kind of fluffed it out, but it is super wrinkly, so you will have to steam it or something if you want that look. Like this is a little piece of that I've done on top, and then you can see like the sides how wrinkly. Oh, I burnt my hand, so you will have to steam. Something to consider unless you just don't care about the wrinkles. Okay, so the final verdict is in, and I just have this picture here. I actually found this at a thrift store, and I fell in love with this view. It reminds me of like the beaches in Japan, which it's not, but it definitely reminds me of it. And I actually have the story here. You can see the Goodwill sticker, but it's so cool to see where it was framed and a little bit about this story, which I thought was really, really, really neat. A little bit of history here and just a personal touch. It does have the person's signature here. I just fell in love with this. It's a little story. If you guys know the story more, I mean, I haven't done like a deep dive into it, but I definitely want to. And so I just thought this was perfect. And then I just have my Polaroid camera here, kind of just reminding me, like kind of like an inspiration on photography, videography, and just continue to learn. And then my little horse here, I actually bought this for my nephew. Haven't seen him since he last came to visit, and so I'm gonna save that for him, but in the meantime it'll stay here. And then I just have this Feeling Cozy candle, and then this little tray where I'll put little trinkets or things. If I come into my room, sometimes I'll just set things right here on this tray if I need to. My jewelry box, and then some hairpins and a hair tie. Hairpins, just nicer ones. And then this was in the guest room, but it needed to be here. This specific bouquet, because I had bought a different one and just didn't go with it. So all I did was paint the knobs. You can see the vintage in it. It needs to be sanded and worked on. This has been a project I've procrastinated for a long time. I love the detailing. It's just such a good quality dresser. I just have a Bible verse. I'm gonna do something with this a lot better. I'm so bad when it comes to artwork on the walls. The sizing and everything, I'm just not really good at that. So I literally hand wrote that with a marker for now. Listen, we'll get to that one day. I just have my little makeshift vanity. I've had this for years. It needs an upgrade. Definitely going to do something with that. But as you can see, the gold touches. I love the gold touches. And yeah, there's not much to say about that. It's gold and I need an upgrade. At the edge, it looks really good. It came out so good. Drying beautifully. Have these curtains and these knotted tie backs, gold shimmer in it, which I love, love, love. This nightstand, also painted the knobs gold. This is pine, just a little woven trash bin. And then these I thrifted, and I also thrifted this lamp because again, it has like that vintage look, and I just spray painted it gold. I have my alarm, and then my bed is one of these motor beds. Coaster, and this is actually really neat. So old owl staring to a merry note while greasy Joanne doth keel the pot. I love it. There's humor and there's parody within poetry and like greasy Joanne, really. And then just the sounds of the owl. And I absolutely love it. You'll find really beautiful poetry in here. Alarm clock. Here I'm keeping it really empty because normally I'll have electronics charging and a drink and stuff. And so I tend to keep this pretty open. I just have, like I said, I'm not really good with artwork. I just have Just Pray Cozy Knitted look. I feel like it ties in with the curtain holders, and I don't know, I want more of that like knitted texture. I used to have these wool rugs that tied into that to bring texture into the room, but guys, those rugs shed like crazy. A little bit of fall. My niece and nephew gave me this cute little calendar block, today's date, a little coaster, and this is just what I used to have on that nightstand, but I changed it. Morning devotional. My bedtime book of choice. I've got a topic in business, and that'll be like my bedtime reading. And then this one, notes of YouTube. Like anytime I want to brain dump for social media, or I get inspired about something artistic, I'll just write it down. And then I have a little heater. I added this recently because it's going to start getting cooler, and I just like that it's, since this is a decent sized room, if I don't want to turn on like the full heat for the whole house, I will only put the heater there in this area and it'll work perfect. And then I just have my boots there, and that's it. That is the room tour. Like I said, the vanity, like that corner needs an upgrade. Over here, I really want to put a big mirror because I think it would be perfect and I could check out my outfits. A lot cozier and a lot more feminine,